And rest in peace, my computer and my CPU. Let's go. It is that long-awaited moment, and it's finally arrived. Welcome, everybody, to the 1997 Draft Series, to our first race of the year, the Daytona 500, the biggest race of the year. I'm Michael Paz alongside co-host Darien Arnsdorff, here to bring you the action today from Daytona International Raceway.
Well, let me tell you, I've been looking forward to this one for a long time here, Michael. It's only been about a month since we had the draft, but my goodness, seeing everything go down this offseason, it has been so exciting to watch, and I could not be more excited to get a season of Winston Cup racing underway.
Absolutely, we've got so many changes that we've been addressing through the duels, and now we can see it all finally come to play here on the greatest stage. We have our 43 cars. They're going through qualifying right now. We'll get you the updates when we can. Is there anybody from the duels? Was there anybody that you were looking towards, Darien?
Our two dual winners definitely gave me something to look at. Morgan Shepherd in the 9 for Rubber Yates Racing won the first duel, had a very fast car, was able to hold off the likes of Jeff Gordon at the very end to get a duel win. And then duel 2, we had Derrike Cope driving the 3 for RCR. RCR is a little bit different this year. We're not using the Monte Carlo like every other Chevrolet team. We're using the Corvette. First time in Cup Series history they're using the Corvette. Very interesting to see, and it's worked out really well for them. Cope got it into victory lane for duel 2. But can he do it in the 500 just like he did in 1990?
We'll see. First laps are posted right now. Johnny Andretti at the top of the board. Mike Skinner second. Steve Park, Ricky Rudd, Morgan Shepherd, your top 5 so far.
Nothing really that surprising, I feel, at the top. Maybe Bill Elliott or Randy LaJoie. Very good runs out of those two cars. Cale Yarborough Motorsports and Diamond Ridge Racing, respectively.
Bottom half of the board, Jimmy Spencer, Rusty Wallace, and Ted Musgrave. But Musgrave only ran a 48.8. Leader ran a 47.5. Only about a second and 3/10 separating these guys right now on their first laps. Second laps are in. I think Andretti's going to stay at the top of the board.
Yes, he is. 47.265 to Richard Childress Racing. 31. John Andretti will get the pole. He'll be starting alongside the number 11 for Junior Johnson and Associates, Mike Skinner.
And with that with qualifying completed, let's go through the rest of the field. Row 2 for the Great American Race, the number 99 of Ricky Rudd, alongside the number 24 Hendrick car of David Green. Row 3, the number 25 of Steve Park, another Hendrick car, and the 98 of Bill Elliott. Then in row 4, we're going to have the 9 of Morgan Shepherd, one of our dual winners, alongside the number 70 of Jerry Nadeau, who came in through Owners Points Provisionals. Rounding out the top 10, the number 29 of Randy LaJoie, and the number 5 of Ron Hornaday Jr., the 3 of 4 Hendrick cars.
Row number 6, we got the Rainbow Warrior, the Great Kid, whatever you want to call him, Jeff Gordon in the number 6 for Roush Racing. He'll be starting alongside Krampus Haas's Johnny Benson Jr. Row number 7, we have Kyle Petty starting alongside another Krampus Haas car, Ricky Craven. Petty driving for a rebranded Dave Marcis Racing at Noble Racing of 72. Row number 8, we have Butch Gilliland in the number 16 for Roush Racing. He'll be starting next with Bobby Hamilton, driving the number 10 for Rudd Performance Motorsports. For number 9, we have Dale Earnhardt Sr. in what is quite possibly one of the biggest coming together in stock car racing history. 7-time champion Richard Petty owning that car, with 7-time champion Dale Earnhardt Sr. driving the car. And he'll be starting next to Michael Waltrip driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. And rounding out the top 20, in row number 10, we have the 28 of Harry Gant starting alongside Ernie Sadler.
Then for the second half of the field, we're going to have in 21st the number 3 of Derrike Cope in that famous RCR number 3, the same car he beat back in 1990 to win the 500, alongside the number 42 Sobco's Sterling Marlin. Then behind them it'll be the number 1 of Jack Sprague and the number 17 of Ward Burton. Further back, we're going to have the number 41 of Lyndon Amick, and then numerically descending, the number 40 of Todd Bodine. Then in 27th, rookie Dale Earnhardt Jr. making his first NASCAR career Cup start right out of the gate, alongside the number 63, of Joe Ruttman. And rounding out the top 30 will be the number 4 of Jeff Burton and the number 33 of Terry Labonte.
Moving on to the last bit of our field, the final 13 cars. Row number 16 is going to have Ken Schrader and the number 94 for O'Reilly Auto Sports, starting alongside Jerry Nadeau's teammate Robbie Gordon at Jasper Motorsports. Row number 17 is Dale Jarrett into Petty Penske number 2. Petty and Penske merging in the off-season. The 43, 44, and 2 will be run under that team. He'll be starting alongside the Sobco number 46 of Mike Bliss. Row number 18, we're going to have Jason Keller at number 12, starting alongside Bobby Labonte for Wood Brothers Racing. Row number 19 is Joe Nemechek in the 87 for Roush Racing. He'll be starting alongside Ernie Irvin, another one of the Junior Johnson cars. Row number 20 will be Toshio Suzuki, the Japanese driver who ran at Suzuka back in '96. And he'll be starting alongside one of NASCAR's biggest stars, Mark Martin in the 22 for Bill Davis Racing. Row number 21 will show us Jimmy Spencer and Rusty Wallace. And rounding out the field in row 22 is the 38 of Ted Musgrave.
And of course, a quick honorable mention to those who failed to qualify for this year's race. That is Kevin LePage in the 90, Dick Trickle, Wally Dallenbach, rookie Matt Kenseth, Jeff Green, rookie Kevin Harvick, Lake Speed, Jeremy Mayfield, Chad Little, Elliott Sadler, Hutch Strickland, Jeff Purvis, and Donnie Neuenberger. So we've had our duels, 70 laps. What are we going to see?
Going to be a lot happening here, I think. Pit stops are not going to be expected for around, I believe, 35 laps or so. So should split this race about in half. I'm very nervous to see how everything's going to turn out. We did not see any accidents, if I recall correctly, in our duel races. So that just means you're saving everything for Daytona 500 here today.
We would like to thank this field for giving us this action or chaos that they're probably going to provide.
I do want to go back over some of our DNQs here. I remember we mentioned the 44 of Matt Kenseth. He's another one of the Petty Penske cars. Another team I'm also very interested in is the number 14 of Kevin Harvick, another one of our rookies. Harvick just was starting out in the truck series and got drafted by Dale Earnhardt Incorporated in the later part of the draft. See how that'll work out for that 14 team.
And that 44 car, Matt Kenseth, he's supposed to be teammate to two of the top cars, Dale Sr. and the number 2, Dale Jarrett. And DNQing your first ride in such a prestigious team such as Petty Penske, that's certainly an interesting look. Once we go later on in the season, maybe that this is just the chaos of Daytona and he got swept up in it. We'll see how that 44 car runs throughout the rest of the season.
Considering we almost saw Dale Earnhardt Sr. miss this race, I would almost definitely call it the chaos of the duels.
Very fair point. With that, I think we're ready to get things underway here. Moving forward a couple seconds. We have no Grand Marshal because unfortunately he left the track early. So they'll just start on their own. Okay, take 2.
Cars are started here at Daytona. Before we get underway, I want to ask you, Michael, who are you going to pick for this year's Great American Race?
I think honestly, well, I think right now anybody has a chance. So to pick one from 43, I might just have to say the pole sitter, the number 31 of John Andretti.
That's fair enough. I'm looking more at his teammate, the guy who won duel number 2. I'm looking at the number 3 of Derrike Cope to get his second Daytona 500 win here today.
To win it just 7 years apart, that'd be a pretty good accomplishment. One Daytona is already amazing. Why not two? Here we go. Pace car is in. The long-awaited wait. We've done so much preparation, so much drafting. Here we go. The 1997 season is underway. Car's getting up to speed through turns 1 and 2 right now. John Andretti with the lead right now over the 99 of Ricky Rudd. Outside lane didn't get going. 11 on Mike Skinner. On the outside. Andretti moves up.
Mark giving a big push to the 99 of Rudd. Heading down the back straightaway. Morgan Shepherd, Randy LaJoy right behind him. Rudd's going to take the lead here into turn number 3.
They stay 2x2 for now, but Rudd's pulling ahead. He's got the 25 as help. Morgan Shepherd looking down to the inside. 3 wide at the tail end of the field, but it's the 99 of Ricky Rudd who's going to lead the first lap.
Morgan Shepherd now looking to the inside of him, or at least to the inside of Park. That's your Duel 1 winner, Morgan Shepherd. Could he possibly do it? Could he win the duel and go on to win the 500?
Could be anybody. We got the 29 of Randy LaJoy for Diamond Ridge Racing up in 3rd. Trying to make a 3-car breakaway. Jeff Gordon trying to reel him back in.
Also got Kyle Petty up here in the 72 for Noble.
They are 3 wide further back. First 5 are single file. Butch Gilliland in the middle of it.
Gordon looking to the inside of Randy LaJoy. That's for 3rd place.
They stay side by side coming into turn 1. Morgan Shepherd up to the back bumper of the 99. As the 31, our pole sitter, gets shuffled 3 wide further back to about 15th.
See Lyndon Amick up in this pack now. He's right behind the number 1 of Jack Sprague. That's a Goodies Dash Series driver, Lyndon Amick. That's a big feat for him if he could come up from the Dash Series and go on to win the Daytona 500.
Be a really good job considering most of the field is from Cup, Truck, or the Busch Series. We had one guy who attempted to qualify, Donnie Neuenberger, who was outside from the XR1 Pro Cup. But alongside him and Amick, those are the only 2.
Looking forward to next year. There's a lot of drivers with potential to come in. Sprint car driver and Indy car driver Dave Steele among them. Also some very good names other than Steele I'm very much looking forward to.
Cruising along right now at a steady 195 miles an hour. Jeff Gordon moves up to 2nd. Still Ricky Rudd leads. Derrike Cope up to 3rd.
I'm pretty sure what we're seeing right now is just an average day on the German Autobahn.
Just that everybody here gets numbers, and there's a lot more fans.
Pretty sure it would be a bit more dangerous over here on the Autobahn for people to be watching.
True. Up here's
anyway.
Random side tangent over. The 1 of Jack Sprague tried to move up to 2nd. Saw a little bit of a block being thrown. That was the 21 on the 2. Back for about 12. But up front, 2nd place now, Sterling Marlin.
Marlin's moving on up. You can also see the 41 of Lyndon Amick on his way, and the 41 for Diamond Ridge.
A lot of these guys have been getting shuffled through the field right now, kind of moving up to the outside, trying to get a run, not able to, and getting sent back. But so far, the person who's been able to hold up is the 99 as they go 3 wide for 2nd.
Now here comes the 73. He's being pushed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Imagine Dale Jr. gets before his dad can win the 500.
Oh man, that would be... I don't think that's something Dale Sr. could live down for a while. He'd be happy for his son! Not if he wrecks the 73. Not if he almost wrecks him.
That was close.
I think Dale's still learning a little bit about the car. And new lesson, don't get too close to the other guy.
Looks like we've already got a guy about to lose the draft a bit in the back of the field there.
I think that's Toshio Suzuki in the 88 car. Yeah, it is. 2.2 seconds back. But he's holding
not completely out of it. He's got Terry Labonte there with him.
Yeah, he's holding on for now. As the front two, there's the in third, Jeff Burton in the Morgan McClure number 4. He's going to nudge the 41 out of the way. Up to second.
3 wide behind him, Ward Burton, right underneath Derrike Cope. That is sketchy in the midfield there with all the 3 wide going on.
There's a 94 going to try to make a run with Butch Gill, and Jeff Burton's going to get in front of him. And look at that. Around the 99 they go. And Jeff Burton going to take the lead in the 500 on lap 8. And all those cars who were pushing him now trying to take the lead.
Jarrett being pushed by Sprague. Oh goodness, Sprague coming up from the Truck Series this year. They don't run any really big tracks over in the Craftsman Truck Series. Mainly just short tracks and intermediates. So for Sprague to come on in at Daytona and already be running for a chance at the lead, pretty good for the number 1 car for Bill Davis.
I think step 1, if you haven't run a super speedway race before, just keep your car intact, make it to the end right now. I think that's the goal, as Burton and Sprague pull out 1, 2, 3 wide, very close together for third on back. Let's get a little onboard here. Maybe from the 10 car, Bobby Hamilton. Three trains at 190 miles an hour, running just close enough to each other to where disaster looms at any moment. But somehow they hold on.
There. Hamilton almost got into the 46 there. That would have been very bad.
It's going to get real tight up here into turns 3 and 4. That's where the cars start to get really close to each other. Not for the faint of heart. Very much.
No.
Not for the faint of heart.
These drivers are most definitely world-class athletes. Very few people actually have the balls to actually go out here and run at 190 miles an hour running 3 wide at Daytona.
Such as Mark Martin, who's about to take the lead.
There's the 2 Bill Davis cars of Sprague and Martin, Lind and Amick right behind them. Amick's going to be right there should something happen.
Jeff Burton getting himself back down to the inside lane. Only loses 2 spots. Falls down to 4th of 46. Moved up the track a little bit. Almost got into the 71 of Jimmy Spencer. Who, Spencer, remind you, started all the way back in about 40th.
Remember, Mark Martin was also back there as well in that 22 car. Now look who's in the lead.
It's Martin, Amick, the number 4 Burton, and the 1 of Sprague, your top 4.
Martin's already up to the lead, only 12 laps into the race. That really tells you how much they're really changing here at Daytona.
A lot of these cars are still able to keep with the leaders, which is really a good thing. As we look back for a quick second, Suzuki has started to lose the draft after 12
I think
laps.
about now, he has most definitely lost it now, I think.
Right now, 2.8 seconds back for that rookie from Japan. There's Johnny Vincent Jr. going to start working his way up through the field, pushing the number 46. Is that the 9 and the
Also the
71?
11 of Mike Skinner.
9 and the 71 were trying to form a third lane there for a second. Didn't really get anywhere.
Actually, you got both the Junior Johnson cars side by side there. The 11 and the 7, Skinner and Irvin.
Oh, yeah. Alongside multiple rows of 3 wide. There's Nemechek in the 87 car. Lap 13, up front, it's still Mark Martin. Oh yeah, this was a very late turn of events, but Junior Johnson Racing, going back to that for a quick second, running the 7 and the 11, took over from the Bodines and have brought back one of the oldest race teams still around.
Yeah, and we've also got another car that missed the race, number 27 of Dick Trickle. But here they are with the 11 and the 7. 2 cars that are quite infamous in NASCAR history. Even just 5 years ago, that championship between Alan Kulwicki and Bill Elliott. Quite ironic to have both those cars on the same team now, I believe.
And the front 5 are still shuffling around, but it's starting to get a little bit more single file strung out back. You could see the pack start to separate.
Got Michael Waltrip coming up here, who's never won in the Winston Cup Series. Been around for quite a long time, but still has yet to break through to victory lane in his career. He has won an All-Star race, but he's never won a points-paying race.
And there's Joe Nemechek gonna try to get the third past the 4 and the 37 car. And look, I think a second pack is forming. Yeah. A lot of cars just have a...
I wonder if something happened. No? Nothing happened, okay.
That's a good question. They just got separated. Everybody from 28th on back is in 2 different packs. Last one in the lead pack is Dale Jarrett in the number 2 car. We're going to see how that second pack forms, but right now they're 5 seconds off from these guys already. Suzuki was able to catch up to the second pack.
They might have had a small accident there that we didn't catch, but they managed probably to get it saved.
Yeah, oh, the 30. Rusty Wallace.
Whoa.
His lap time was 4 seconds off.
Something might be up on that 30 car.
I think something did happen. Yeah, he might have been the one holding up everybody. I caught a quick glance further back at a few minutes ago, and the 30 car was the first car in the second pack as it was forming. There's some sort of issue happening with him.
He has gone kind of back up to speed, but that is a long ways back now. And he took Jeff Gordon down here with him.
The 72 Kyle Petty, Musgrave, 21, and 36.
All these guys are quite slow, actually. They can't get a run.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Wallace is braking in the turns.
He's braking?
Looked like he was braking there in the turn 3.
We're not sure what's happening with Wallace. We're going to try to keep updates on that, but right now, as he stands, he's 13 seconds off of the leaders, and he's going to be losing a lot of time each lap.
I want to take a look at him whenever he goes into turn 3, because it looked like he was letting off in the corner there.
We'll take one quick look at that again.
That seems very odd, because like you can see there the 38 of Musgrave is running faster than the 30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's braking in the turns. There's something wrong with that 30 car.
Yeah, something's holding him up. No, but yeah, here he comes to pit road
now. Might be a vibration or something on that 30 for Bahari Racing.
Oh boy. If there's any more updates, we'll keep you posted as we go back to the lead right now. Michael Waltrip is out front. Derek Cope's up to second. And the third battle between Jack Sprague.
Sprague side by side.
We'll see
And
Yeah,
nothing really happened on that 30 car that we can tell.
But he did
Very
separate
odd.
the pack, yeah, by about 7 seconds. And then 14 to the third group. Oh, he came out of the pits.
Here comes Cope for the lead.
Derrike Cope. We'll see where the 30 car came out. There he is, coming back out onto the track right now. Very separated. He emerges safely. That's the important part. We know what happens when you don't. As Cope takes the lead out in lap 21, 3 wide, almost 3 wide. But a lot of the field started to go a little bit more single file. Later into this run, there's Joe Ruttman in the 63 for MB2.
Yep. 50 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Still a long ways to go.
Gonna give you a little bit of a crank it up for a quick second. Just listen to the sounds. A little bit of a bumpy surface greets you as we return back to Daytona. Looking at Terry Labonte right now, 13th. Looks like they're trying to separate themselves from that trying to form another pack. Mike Skinner in the 16 of Busch Gilliland trying to hold on. Out front though.
Yeah, a lot happening up here already. 23 laps in. Lyndon Amick up in second behind Derrike Cope. Nemechek, Waltrip, Sprague with top 5 as they run.
And we got a phone call from one of our viewers asking what is happening with that number 3 car, and that is the number 3 Purolator Chevy Corvette driven by Derrike Cope. Currently out front right now, leading the Daytona 500 in typical RCR number 3 fashion.
You always see the 3 running up front here at Daytona, but it's never been able to pull one off. Could the year they get rid of Dale Earnhardt be the year they actually go to victory lane in the Great American Race?
That would be some form of cruel irony, I think. Especially to Dale. But we got Michael Waltrip. Gonna try to challenge that for now. Lap 25.
Nemechek trying to give a push to Cope. Sprague is right behind him in the 1.
We'll see how these 2 cars do against 1. And when it's just a 2v1 like that, the outside lane looks like it's able to do well. They got around the 18 of Michael Waltrip and might be able to clear him if Waltrip doesn't get any help.
Can we get an update on Rusty Wallace?
Rusty Wallace?
The 30.
Oh, 30, yeah. Take a look at him now. He is still 2 seconds off of his best lap right now. He's a lap down. But I think they were able to fix whatever issue he had.
Yeah.
Now it's
Caution
just,
comes out, puts him on the inside line, might be able to get his lap back should everything go right.
yeah, but it's been a pretty clean race so far. There hasn't been any cautions. There's been near incidents, but nothing of a wreck. As we take a look through, we're going to go through the field a little bit. We got Derrike Cope out front, as we've talked about. Got Michael Waltrip, Joe Nemechek. This lead pack of around 27 cars, give or take. Jason Keller being the last one of them. One of the independent racers for Larry Lockamy Racing. Unsponsored, but they're going to try to run the full season. Pretty good efforts for the number 12 car. And this...
A lot of independents this year, but well, I think really it was only Larry Lockamy that made the 500.
I think so. But further back, about 9 seconds, is the second group. You got Randy LaJoy, Steve Park, the 70 of Nadu, 5 of Ron Hornaday, 98 of Bill Elliott, pole sitter number 31, RCR's John Andretti, 40 of Todd Bodine. It's going to round out this group in 36th. And then further back, 18 seconds, 2 cars alone, Ted Musgrave and Kyle Petty. Not far behind them, the 36, Hermes Sadler, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Toshio Suzuki. And that's the field right now. Jeff Gordon. Not the start to the 500 that he wanted.
Got held up there behind Rusty Wallace when that was happening to him, and just never was able to find a way around the 30. So, sent him way back, and he is, I think, a mile behind the 8 ball is fair enough to say for that 6 car.
It's a 46, 47 second lap around this track, and they are 22 seconds behind the leader. Almost half a lap behind. As we take a look at the fastest lap.
77, Robbie Gordon for Jasper.
46.128.
Here's David Green, one of the drivers coming up from the Busch Series this year. 24 for Hendrick Motorsports.
Oh, and Jack Sprague tried to get on the inside of Nemechek. Nemechek just closed the door on him. As they're still trying to race 3 wide. Every so often here. But Waltrip still not able to catch Cope. And now the question starts to be, when are pit stops?
Yeah, I want to believe it'll be around lap 35. They were between 35 and 40. Yep.
So we'll be seeing pit stops in just a few laps as we see Michael Waltrip getting a little help from David Green, trying to get around Derrike Cope. But Cope...
There's Nemechek in the 87. Can't get it. Wow.
Let's take a look at their max speeds right now. They're 186 through the corners. I think they get up to around 195. Coming down the straightaway. Got Derrike Cope, Michael Waltrip.
They get to something around there, I think. Yeah, they are slowing down a bit into the corners, even without like what was happening to Rusty Wallace. They are lifting a little bit going into 3 and 4 because of how bumpy it is down there in that part of the track.
That bumpiness might give just a little bit of an offset, give someone an advantage as we've got the 18 car going for the lead here. Michael Waltrip on the inside of the 3. New leader, Michael Waltrip. If he can close on the 3, And he does. But that's going to open the door for the number 24, David Green. And Waltrip's not going to get the chance to lead a lap. David Green. Unless Waltrip can mount an attack from the outside. And he does. It was Waltrip, then Green, then Waltrip. And he holds on and leads that lap. Now, I want to take a note of that move because that's the same move we saw Morgan Shepherd hold off the rest of the field with in that first duel. So if you can get to the outside on turns 3 and 4, that might just still keep your chances alive, even if you're about to get shuffled out.
Yep. Just noticing, one driver who's made his way up here was Terry Labonte. He started around 30th place here today. This is the first time he's really found his way into the top 10.
Oh yeah, good run for the number 33 car in that Skull Bandit for Morgan McClure, I believe.
Yes, it is. Also, I just want to remind our viewers at home here, we are having a thing this season. We started it during the duels. We are having a little counter of how many times we screw up on the numbers or names or teams of some of these cars. Just in the 2 duels we had 4 mess-ups. I wonder how big it'll get for the end of the season.
We had 3 of those in a row. That was me.
Yeah. That was a very fun moment here in the commentary booth.
And our first prediction's already in on that one. Viewers said over under 26.5. Oh, wow. Look at... Hold on a second. Look at that. The 87 just shoved the 33 a little bit into the corner. And Nemechek might just be able to take the spot away from the 33 car. Gave him a lot of draft going into the corner. 33 had to lift, giving Nemechek the inside lane. And around the 33, he goes up to 5th.
Lap 35 of 70. This time by, it'll be halfway in the Daytona 500. It looks like David Green's going to lead it at the line.
And we're just going to do a quick save once the number 88 gets around. This is just our fallback in case anything happens. Were NR to completely crash, these would be the official results. We would have a halfway race. Yeah, I'm surprised there has been no wrecks yet. Oh, but we got pits and we got pit stops instead. Michael Waltrip.
Waltrip, I think, is the only taker.
Oh, nope, we got 2 more. Randy LaJoy. I think that's Randy. No, that is Mike Skinner and Jimmy Spencer.
That's Gibbs, Noble, and Junior Johnson coming on in.
In the
on
25.
Lap 36, Steve Park is in. Ted Musgrave is in.
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon is in.
Now, none of these guys... There was barely anybody who was part of the same pack, so... with everybody from different packs pitting on the same lap, is that going to be a good strategy?
We'll find out. Only time will tell. Here on lap 37, we should see a lot more people coming in.
It's the 37, Johnny Benson Jr. The 9, the 99. 2 of the guys who are front runners.
22, 28. See, it's 7, 12, and the 48 as well.
70, the 5, the 40, 98, and Andretti in the 31. As well, there's Kyle Petty, 36 and 88. '18 coming back out onto the track. Hello, Butch Gilliland.
That was a little bit close.
Just a little bit. It's all good.
Lap 38. We're over the estimated fuel window now. So has the draft been saving them that much fuel that they can go a few laps over?
There's Dale Sr.
Lyndon Amick as well. The 41.
Gordon, Craven, and the 29 of Randy LaJoy. And there's the 21, Bobby Labonte. Rusty Wallace is going to have to... Yep, there he goes. So we still have these 5 cars who haven't pitted in. Here they go.
One car staying out. 37 of Benson.
Oh, Benson already pitted. So did Michael Waltrip.
Oh.
I think
everybody's be a little bit stupid. Don't worry.
I think this is going to be everybody's stop right now. This will be everybody. The 46 was in. We haven't talked about him all day. So we'll see where they... Oh, Lyndon Amick and Jack Sprague already starting to battle before they even get off the... Before they even get back onto the track. Amick's going to prevail.
That's a battle. Amick's going to win substantially.
As the 18 and the 37 start to catch him. Oh, and they just go on right by him.
Okay.
Amick's going to try to get a draft off of these guys, though. Everybody's coming off of pit road.
A lot more cars coming out the pits. Provisional leader is the 18 of Michael Waltrip.
We'll see how these guys shuffle out, though. 24, the 3, the 10.
It's not even going to be close. Those fresh tires are actually a big deal here at Daytona this year.
Interesting development as Michael Waltrip and Johnny Benson are just going to try to drive away. Lyndon Amick trying to join them. That would be my dog.
That might get cut out in post.
Congratulations, pup. You're on YouTube. And here's Johnny Benson Jr. for the lead. Kranefuss Haas Racing. In new sponsor, new manufacturer, new drivers. And they might just be leading the 500. They still battle side by side right now.
Look out for Amick. Here comes that 41. Big run coming.
And when it's a 1v1, it's going to be dead at the line, but it's the 37, Johnny Benson Jr. He's going to get the 5 bonus points for leading a lap.
3/1000th of a second at the line. He had it.
So if we see a right-timed move 1v1 at the final lap, that's already going to be an iconic Daytona finish.
You're going to have no need for pit stops for the rest of this race. 29 laps to go now. So everyone should be good to go. It's just a matter of getting these packs back together, possibly.
We've only got 8 up in this front pack right now. Ricky Rudd, currently the last one. We have 2 of the Robert Yates cars leading a second group, just forming. 22nd, 24th, Bliss, Gilliland, and Burton. Then just a lot of small groups of around 4 or 5 cars. As Bobby Labonte did not have a... Labonte pitting alone and being one of the cars in the back half of the field, being one of the last ones to pit. And look what that got him, 42nd.
It was already right back there, so...
Yeah. But they are 32 seconds back, actually. And... you think we might get lap traffic here?
About a third of a lap, you never know. New fastest lap has been set by the 99er Ricky Rudd, 45.902. Two cars inside the 45s now, those being Rudd and Burton.
As Bobby Hamilton in the 10 car for Rudd Performance has taken the lead, someone we haven't talked about all day. And it might not be for long as the 24 and 37 come.
Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Pontiac, Chevy, Ford. But another Pontiac coming up to push a Pontiac. Here comes Sprague in the 1.
2 Pontiacs on the inside, a Chevy and a Ford on the outside, but Johnny Benson Jr. is going to lead another lap. I am not biased as a commentator because I own this team. Trust me.
Sprague right behind Benson is now Rudd right on the back of Sprague. About 8 cars in this lead pack. Second pack is about 2.5 seconds back. I don't know if they're really gaining on this lead pack though.
2.4 seconds, they're going to go single file. Morgan Shepherd, Dale Sr., Jeff Burton. We'll have to watch that as they come across the stripe this time. 2.4 seconds is the gap. We'll see how it adjusts as Ricky Rudd looks to go and take the lead for himself with help from Derrike Cope. He does. Gap now 2 seconds. They are closing quick.
Oh, half a second that time by. That's going to make things interesting here.
Now, I would also like to point out that the 21 and the 88 are losing time compared to the leaders and the 30 as well. So there is a chance that we could see lap traffic before this race is over.
Oh boy.
Everybody's favorite.
Ricky Rudd now leads with Daytona 500 over Derrike Cope, Michael Waltrip's Jack Sprague, and then a battle between Benson and Amick for 5th place. Amick's gonna get a spot that time. And Hamilton and Green, top 8. Burton and Shepherd round out the top 10. They gained another 1/10 of a second last time.
And the good news is, even if they're making small gains, they are still making gains, and that's going to be important. But thankfully, they still have a lot of time. That's the good news for them. As Waltrip tries to go and block Sprague to no avail. Sprague gets left on the outside. That 4 car is closing really quickly though, compared to the rest of the pack. Behind them, Terry Gant, Sr. again, Skinner, Shepherd, Jarrett.
Gotta think, RV's guys just think about saving their stuff right now. Single file throughout the entire top 8 now. Probably trying to pull away a bit from that second pack.
And that second pack's trying to close right in. They're single file as well.
This feels familiar.
And where's the third pack from all these guys? Oh, about 9 seconds back. Jimmy Spencer, sorry. Leading from 21st.
Yeah, still went down 2/10.
Oh, spin! Joe Nemechek's going around!
Goes Nemechek!
The 77 involved! Caution is out!
We have a caution! Caution for the first time of the day! It's Joe Nemechek and Robbie Gordon!
And first time in all speed weeks.
Oh my goodness!
We'll take a quick look back. See what happened. We saw the end of it. Nemechek just... Oh, the 5 is closing in fast. Nemechek tried to block. Did not work. 77 was just involved.
Could you even call that an attempt at a block, really? That was not even close for Joe Nemechek.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. It wasn't even a block. He just moved up.
Just turned up into him.
Didn't think the 5 was going to be right there. But that's just a minor incident. And thankfully, both cars are going to be able to keep going.
For the first time in 1997, we are under the caution flag with Ricky Rudd leading the Daytona 500, 21 laps remaining. Thing is, do you come in here? It's only 10 laps removed from pit cycle, so we've seen how important the new tires can be here at Daytona. If you're a crew chief on top of the box, do you want to come in and make that stop?
Oh, man, if you're in the back... Everybody's going to be a lot closer together, so it might be worth the chance. But if they start pulling... But if the leaders start pulling away, like how we saw earlier in the race, then that might be it. And I don't think we're going to have a single taker.
Doesn't seem like it. Now, just to remind people at home, while we are recording this in 2024, we are still using 1997 rules. There are going to be no wave arounds or anything like that. Rusty Wallace, who is the only car one lap down at the moment, he will be lining up on the inside for this restart.
And the 5 car is the only one going to pit road.
Going to get some of that damage fixed that he got from the 87 of Joe Nemechek.
Not much.
Yeah,
damage.
very little damage on the 5.
Get a little bit of debris out.
It's better to get it fixed than to not.
Yeah. She's going to be in the back half of the field anyway. You might as well.
So your top 10 under caution is going to be, for the restart, Ricky Rudd, Derrike Cope, Michael Waltrip, Lyndon Amick, Bobby Hamilton, Jack Sprague, Johnny Benson Jr., David Green, Jeff Burton, and Harry Gant.
Yo, we got the top 10 without tripping up.
That's why I paused on the 28. I needed a moment to think.
Alrighty, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna be right back to you with the green flag. And this part we're gonna edit out because yes.
Yeah. Did you want me to commentate the finish, or did you want to commentate the finish?
I think I might let you do that one.
Okay.
I'll probably do some side commentary, but I won't be the Larry Mack.
Let's hope it's not too entertaining then, because I remember Brandon has mentioned that whenever I get loud on my mic, it does cut out. So.
Oh.
We'll see. Hopefully it won't be that bad.
Alrighty, welcome back. We're gonna be going green next time by number 30 of Rusty Wallace, lining up on the inside as the sole lapped car. We've gone through an entire 500 and only one car is one lap down. I think we're doing pretty good today.
Going to be restarting here with 17 laps to go in the Daytona 500. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. First caution of the season. This is the first restart we've seen single file. Will they be desperate to make any moves? Now that the pack's all back together, really for the first time since the incident with Rusty Wallace, we're going to have 43 cars in the lead pack.
So everybody's going to be right back into it so long as you do not lose the draft. That's going to be the main thing right now. Do not lose the draft. At this point, if you do, your day is done.
So I remember at the top of the show, we had predicted who we thought would win the Daytona 500. Michael, you said John Andretti in the 31. And I picked Derrike Cope in the 3. Cope's running up in second. Andretti, he's in 35th.
Don't let me make the selections, apparently. Man. You know what? We still got 17 laps to go. We'll see what happens. But right now, Derrike Cope is the favorite between the commentators as the green flag is back in the air. First restart of the season. We'll see how everyone tries to maneuver the 30 car if he's going to be up to pace. 41's putting faith in it.
Doesn't seem like he's going to be that too far off. And if the 41 can give a big push to the 30, he should be able to move in the second past Derrike Cope.
Oh, nope.
Oh!
Just abandons him immediately, sends him to the outside lane. And to third, Lyndon Amick goes.
Jack Sprague, Bobby Hamilton, Michael Waltrip, 3 wide. That's for 4th place behind Michael Waltrip.
There's another one!
Rusty Wallace. That's 5!
As Derrike Cope goes for the lead on the inside of the 99. Lyndon Amick joining the party up in third, and a big pack is forming behind them.
Amick right on the back of the 3 of Cope. Sprague being pushed by David Green as Amick's up to 2nd place.
Oh, and here comes Jack Sprague, supported by David Green.
Well, Green's gone to the inside, abandoning Sprague. Now Dale Jarrett and Morgan Shepherd are up here on the inside. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide for 3rd. Here comes Jarrett.
Oh, boy. And the one of Sprague is going to go way wide. There's nobody out there. And he's going to be losing a few spots. Morgan Shepherd now on the inside lane. 2 in the 99, right in the middle. Never mind, 99 goes top. 2 still stuck in the middle. Battle for 3rd continues.
Shepherd's going to take it. Johnny Benson trying to get a push from Ernie Irvin. Trying to move himself into the top 5. As Cope and Amick continue to lead.
Duel winners 1st and 3rd right now. And then the Goodies Dash driver in the middle.
If you had told Lyndon Amick he'd be running 2nd of this Daytona 500, I think he would have called you crazy. He's coming up from the Goodies Dash series. A series not really known for high competition. And he's up here battling NASCAR's best in the Great American Race.
Derrike Cope still leads, though. 3 wide further back. We'll see if anybody's fallen off. Oh, yeah. 72 is off the pace by about 3 seconds. Kyle Petty. He's the only one, though, so far.
Wonder if something happened to that 72. I was about to say he didn't have a spoiler, but then there's a spoiler's just blending into the pavement extremely well.
Yeah, just a gray spoiler.
That looks weird.
And, yeah, the 72 car is all alone.
We have a change at the front. Morgan Shepherd's in the 2nd, and now he's going for the lead. Ernie Irvin is behind him, and here comes Terry Labonte.
Ernie Irvin, he's one of the guys who started out back, wasn't he?
Close to it. I believe he was around 30th or so. But now he's up here, and Junior Johnson's number 7, going for the lead of the Daytona 500.
I know we still got a little bit left in this race, but I'm looking ahead to see like which one of these guys, if they have a good finish here, are going to be able to carry their momentum over to next week. But that's
very tough to say. So earlier in the season.
Yeah, that might be a question for next week. We still got about 11 laps to go here. There's Dale Sr., who I think is slowly working his way up through the field if he can get out of this 3-wide scenario.
He's being pushed by the 25 of Steve Park, also the 21 of Bobby Labonte, right behind him. He's being passed by the 94 and the 4 Jeff Burton.
There's Morgan Shepherd again.
Shepherd looking back for the lead. Right back on the inside of Ernie Irvan. Not even close, actually. Never mind.
I did not like that stutter. The camera screen stuttered for a second and I was getting concerned. So there we go. There's Derrike Cope on the inside of the 33 car. And up to fourth he goes.
10 to go. And look who's up here now. The 48 of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale
Being
Jr.
pushed by his teammate David Green.
Dale Jr. on the path to surpass his father. For this year, which would be an amazing thing to do in your rookie year. And look who's joined the party, the number 17 of Ward Burton for Darrell Waltrip.
That would be a big deal for Darrell, I think, to go to victory lane, not as a driver, but as an owner of that 17 car.
His teammate, I believe that was Jeremy Mayfield. Mayfield didn't qualify. So the 17 car is a solo operation. For the purposes of the 500.
Here comes Hamilton.
Hamilton got to the inside. Ernie Irvan had to give him that lane. And he's going to do it. Derrike Cope back to third.
He's going back behind Ernie Irvan. Trying to push Irvan up to the front. Here comes Ward Burton and Terry Labonte.
A lot of these are the older drivers. Bobby Hamilton, Ward Burton, Derrike Cope, Terry Labonte. And then we got the two youngins up here. That's the 48 of Junior and Johnny Benson.
Dale Jr., I believe, is the youngest driver in the entire field. I could be wrong on that. But he is definitely down there in age.
There's a 9 of Morgan Shepherd. Trying to draft the other duel winner again. See if he can get something going. There's the 7 Ernie Irvan. And yeah, the 72 is way off the pace. He is 23 seconds back right now. It's not enough to catch him by the end of the race, but it's going to be a...
Yeah, I don't think he'll really be an issue here for these leaders. I think they're just going to be able to fight amongst themselves.
But as that second, as the packs start to split apart again, I think really we can start cutting off anybody 28, top 28 maybe? Might theoretically still have a chance.
You see one of these drivers back here in this main pack, those Jeff Gordon hasn't been up here for about 50 laps.
Gordon still trying to work his way to the front as they're 3 wide for the lead.
Here comes Ward Burton in the 17, and Derrike Cope is right behind him.
10 and 7 is 17 as they are 3 wide for the lead.
It feels like a math problem.
As the 7, Ernie Irvan from the outside. Now up to the front.
Irvan has a huge lead now. 6 laps to go.
Oh boy, a lot of 3 wide
Bobby
still
Labonte's
racing.
also getting close up here. And at 21, he's behind Dale Sr. in the 43.
We were questioning that pit strategy. Looks like it's going to work out well for him. He's 15th right now and still moving up spots. There's the 37. He's going to put the 48 3 wide.
I think if it wasn't for that caution, the 21 would be nowhere near here right now.
Yeah. Ernie Irvan still leads. Ward Burton second. A lot of moving about right now. Junior going to clear Benson. As Benson goes high.
He's in 6th place. Trying to get past the 10 for 5th. Ernie Irvan leading the Daytona 500 for Junior Johnson. How would that be for that team to come back after a couple years absent to go on and win the Daytona 500?
That would be an absolutely wonderful story. Welcome back to NASCAR. As Morgan Shepherd continues to move his way up through the field. He's trying to go for second.
Got the push from the 10 of Hamilton. Only 4 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Now Hamilton's going to make it 3 wide for the second spot. Irvin is pulling away here.
The 17 and the 3 try to get a good run on the outside. And I think Ward Burton and Derrike Cope might be able to prevail. And look at that, they've closed up the gap quickly.
Coming up to 3 laps to go.
Dale Sr., I think, is about to crack the top 10 right now.
About to get past Dale Jr. 3 to go.
Here's the 10, Bobby Hamilton, trying to make another run. Get side by side with the 17.
Got it now for second. Labonte and Cope side by side for the entire field, but it's not the 7 of Ernie Irvin.
The more they keep battling like this, the more Irvin's going to have the chance to just keep everybody away, pull away, and hold on.
Coming up to 2 laps to go. Hamilton up to second. Here comes Terry Labonte. And now we see the 43, Dale Earnhardt Sr.
That gap to
2 laps left.
And that gap to win is getting ever smaller and smaller. Because not only does the 10 car have to catch up to the 7, he's got to make a run on him. The 17 might be able to make a run on him first.
If they get side by side, it honestly might end it here.
They're going to get side by side.
Here comes Burton.
But
Hamilton
is he going to be
able
able?
Run. He's got helping the 7 of Irvin.
But the 10 comes down to block.
Coming to a white flag. Who's it going to be? The 1997 Daytona 500? It comes down to the last lap. Ernie Irvin leading the way for Junior Johnson and Associates.
The 10 car looking for any sort of a run right now. Just try to get close to the 7. Try to get around him on the backstretch. He's got 2 pushers behind him, the 17 and the 3. Off the backstretch. Now's the time to make your move.
Oh, Burton's going to abandon him. Cope getting a big run on the 17 now.
What's Hamilton to do? Is he going to look high? Is he going to look low? He's only got one more opportunity.
Have to make a move out of turn 4, but he's too far back. That is not enough room, not enough time, and through the triumphal, Ernie Irvin wins the 1997 Daytona 500.
Junior Johnson Motorsports is back, ladies and gentlemen. As we wait for the 72 to finish his lap before results become official.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Results are in. Ernie Irvin's going to take the win. Bobby Hamilton second. Ward Burton third. Derrike Cope fourth. Dale Sr. up to fifth. Johnny Benson Jr. for Crane Phillips Haas Racing in sixth. Terry Labonte seventh. Morgan Shepherd in eighth. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the rookie, in ninth. And Jeff Burton 10th. We thank you once again for attending. Hope you have a good night. We'll be back at you within the upcoming weeks for the rest of the 1997 series season. Thank you.